The consumption of meat is a staple in diets around the world. However, a growing concern is the presence of hormones in meat and its potential impact on human health. Hormones are commonly used in the livestock industry to enhance growth and improve production efficiency. In this video, we will explore the risks associated with the use of hormones in meat production and shed light on the potential negative effects on consumers. The use of hormones in livestock. The practice of administering hormones to livestock has become commonplace in modern industrial farming. Hormones used in this context encompass a range of compounds, including natural hormones like estrogen, testosterone, and progesterone, as well as synthetic growth hormones. These hormones are utilized to influence various aspects of livestock production and enhance overall efficiency. One of the primary purposes of using hormones in livestock is to accelerate the growth rate of animals. By introducing growth-promoting hormones, farmers can reduce the time it takes for animals to reach market weight. This shortened growth period translates to more frequent turnover and increased productivity, making the industry more financially viable. Hormones are also employed to enhance the development of lean muscle in livestock. This aspect is particularly crucial in meat production as lean muscle contributes to a higher meat-to-fat ratio. For example, in beef cattle, hormone administration is intended to increase the deposition of muscle tissue and decrease the accumulation of fat, resulting in a more desirable and profitable meat product. Another significant aspect of hormone use is improving feed efficiency, which refers to the ability of animals to convert feed into body mass. Hormones can influence this process by promoting the utilization of nutrients from the feed more effectively. By improving feed efficiency, farmers can reduce the overall amount of feed required to raise an animal to market weight, leading to cost savings in feed expenses. To deliver hormones effectively, two primary methods are commonly employed: feed additives and implants. Feed additives involve mixing hormones directly into the animal's feed. This method is often used with estrogenic compounds in beef cattle, as it helps achieve desired growth and muscle development. Implants, on the other hand, are small pellets containing hormones that are placed under the skin of the animal's ears. These pellets gradually release hormones into the bloodstream over an extended period. Implants are frequently used in beef cattle and sheep, offering a sustained release of growth-promoting hormones that can last for several months. Despite the advantages of hormone use in livestock production, the practice has also sparked debates and controversies. Critics argue that the potential risks associated with hormone residues in meat and the long-term effects on human health warrant more stringent regulations or even a complete ban. Moreover, concerns have been raised about the environmental impact of hormone usage. Hormones can enter the environment through animal waste and runoff, potentially affecting aquatic ecosystems and wildlife. Human exposure to hormones through meat consumption. The use of hormones in livestock production has raised concerns about the presence of hormone residues in the meat that eventually reaches consumers' plates. Despite regulatory efforts and safety standards, trace amounts of hormones can still be detected in the meat we consume. This raises valid concerns about potential health risks associated with prolonged exposure to these compounds. When animals are treated with hormones, either through feed additives or implants, some of these hormones remain in their tissues. As a result, hormone residues can be found in meat products including beef, pork, and poultry. While regulatory bodies such as the United States Food and Drug Administration and the European Food Safety Authority have set acceptable levels for hormone residues in meat, the lingering presence of these compounds continues to be a subject of scrutiny. One major concern regarding human exposure to hormones through meat consumption is the potential for endocrine disruption. Hormones are vital chemical messengers that play essential roles in regulating various bodily functions including growth, development, metabolism, and reproduction. However, when external hormones from meat consumption enter the human body, they can potentially interfere with the body's delicate hormonal balance. Endocrine disruptors are chemicals that can mimic, block, or alter the body's natural hormones, leading to a range of adverse effects. Prolonged exposure to hormone residues in meat has raised worries about possible disruptions in hormone signaling, potentially impacting the normal functioning of various organs and systems. A particular concern is the potential link between hormone-contaminated meat and increased risk of certain cancers. Some studies have suggested that exposure to hormones, especially estrogenic compounds, may be associated with an elevated risk of breast, prostate, and colorectal cancers. However, the available evidence on this topic is not conclusive, and further research is needed to establish a clear cause and effect relationship. Another alarming concern is the potential impact on children's health. Children and adolescents are particularly vulnerable to the effects of hormone disruptors as their bodies are still developing. There is growing concern that exposure to hormones through meat consumption might contribute to early onset puberty in children, which can have significant developmental and health implications. Moreover, the cumulative effects of long-term exposure to hormone residues in meat remain poorly understood. The human body can be exposed to hormones from various sources, including meat, dairy products, and the environment. Consequently, the combined effect of these exposures is challenging to evaluate fully. While regulatory bodies work to set safety limits for hormone residues in meat, some critics argue that these limits may not provide adequate protection, especially considering potential cumulative effects or varying individual sensitivities to hormone exposure. Health risks of hormone-contaminated meat. The presence of hormones in meat raises significant health concerns, particularly regarding potential adverse effects on human physiology and well-being. 1. Endocrine disruption. One of the primary health risks associated with hormone-contaminated meat is the potential for endocrine disruption in humans. Hormones present in the meat may act as endocrine disruptors when consumed, interfering with the body's finely tuned hormonal system. These compounds can mimic, block, or alter the natural hormones' functions, leading to disruptions in various bodily processes. The endocrine system plays a crucial role in regulating growth, development, metabolism, immune function, and reproduction. Any interference with this delicate balance can have far-reaching consequences, including developmental issues, reproductive problems, and disruptions in metabolic processes. 2. Cancer risk. Studies have indicated a possible link between hormone consumption through meat and an increased risk of certain cancers, including breast, prostate, and colorectal cancers. However, it is essential to approach these findings with caution, as the research is not yet sufficient to establish a clear causal relationship between hormone-contaminated meat and cancer development. Other factors, such as lifestyle choices, genetics, and overall diet, can also contribute to cancer risk. Nevertheless, the potential association warrants further investigation and better understand the role of hormones in meat and its impact on cancer development. 3. Early onset of puberty. Another worrisome health risk associated with hormone-contaminated meat is the possibility of early onset puberty in children. There is growing concern that exposure to hormones through meat consumption might contribute to hormonal imbalances in developing bodies, leading to premature puberty. Early puberty in children can have profound developmental and health implications. It may result in psychological and social challenges, affect bone development, and increase the risk of certain health issues later in life, such as breast cancer in girls and testicular cancer in boys. Overall, the health risks of hormone-contaminated meat are not to be underestimated. The potential for endocrine disruption, cancer development, and early onset puberty raises serious questions about the long-term effects of consuming meat treated with hormones. Regulatory measures and controversies. The use of hormones in meat production is a topic of heated debate. While regulatory bodies such as the United States Food and Drug Administration and the European Food Safety Authority have set acceptable levels for hormone residues in meat, critics argue that these limits may not adequately protect human health. Moreover, the long-term effects of continuous exposure to hormone-contaminated meat are still not entirely understood, and differing opinions among experts have further complicated the matter. Organic and hormone-free alternatives. In response to growing concerns about hormone-contaminated meat, an increasing number of consumers are seeking alternatives that prioritize food safety and ethical practices. Organic and hormone-free alternatives have emerged as popular choices, providing consumers with options that align with their health and environmental values. 1. Organic meat, a safer option. Organic meat is produced following strict guidelines and standards set by organic certification bodies. One of the primary distinctions of organic meat production is the prohibition of synthetic hormones and growth promoters. Organic farmers rely on natural and sustainable practices to raise their animals, avoiding the use of genetically modified organisms, antibiotics, synthetic pesticides, and hormones. This ensures that the animals are not subjected to growth-promoting hormones and their diet is free from potentially harmful additives. By choosing organic meat, consumers can significantly reduce their exposure to hormone residues and other synthetic chemicals. Organic farming practices prioritize the well-being of the animals, the environment, and consumers, promoting a more sustainable and responsible approach to agriculture. 2. Hormone-free meat. Eliminating hormone use. Apart from organic options, some producers offer hormone-free meat, which means the animals are raised without receiving any hormonal treatments. These hormone-free practices aim to provide consumers with meat products that are free from any artificial hormone residues, alleviating potential health concerns associated with hormone-contaminated meat. Hormone-free meat can be an attractive option for those who seek assurances that the animals were not subjected to any growth-enhancing hormones during their development. This choice also supports farmers who prioritize ethical and natural farming practices, allowing consumers to make more informed decisions about the meat they purchase. 3. Labeling and transparency. As the demand for organic and hormone-free meat grows, labeling and transparency become crucial aspects of the consumer decision-making process. Look for reliable organic certifications, such as USDA Organic in the United States or the EU Organic label in the European Union. These certifications ensure that the meat meets stringent organic standards, including the absence of synthetic hormones. Additionally, some companies and producers may voluntarily label their meat as hormone-free to provide clear information to consumers. Reading labels and seeking information about the sourcing and production methods can empower consumers to make choices aligned with their health and environmental values. 4. Supporting sustainable practices. Choosing organic and hormone-free alternatives not only benefits personal health, but also supports more sustainable and responsible agricultural practices. Organic farming focuses on environmental stewardship, promoting biodiversity and minimizing the ecological impact of livestock production. By supporting such practices, consumers contribute to the larger goal of fostering a more sustainable and ethical food system. The presence of hormones in meat raises legitimate concerns about the potential health risks for consumers. While regulatory bodies continue to monitor and set safety standards, uncertainties surrounding the long-term effects persist. As individuals, it is essential to stay informed, make educated choices about the meat we consume, and consider opting for organic or hormone-free products whenever possible. By advocating for further research and awareness, we can work towards a safer and healthier food supply for present and future generations. If you found this information on hormones and meat insightful, don't miss out on more valuable content. Hit that like button and subscribe for regular updates on important topics like this.